Hi, my name is Kat Kerr, and today I'm sharing 3 easy Mother's Day gift ideas using your gel press monoprints. Now, one of the things that I love most about monoprinting is that you're just playing. There's really no thinking involved. And I also love creating coordinating paper. And I do this by using a large plate. So today I'm using a 12 by 12 gel press plate, and I've picked out a handful of some of my favorite colors as well as some of my favorite stencils. I simply apply the paint to the plate, and then I spread it, add some texture using a stencil, and I pick up a little bit of that pattern on all of the pages. So I have 4 pieces of cardstock there, and every time I create a pattern on my plate, I pick a little bit up on each page, so that way they're all coordinating. Now for my first project, I decided to cut these pages into squares and rectangles. No measuring, just have fun. Then I add some ink to the edges, and then I also cut some photos into assorted sizes, also in squares and rectangles. Now here I cut out a white heart out of cardstock, and then I simply start gluing on my image and all of my little monoprint pieces, almost like a mosaic. I'm just kind of fitting them in, and I'm not worried about the image or the monoprints overhanging, because once I'm finished filling up the entire heart, I take a pair of scissors and trim around the heart. Here I'm adding some gold lettering as well as some flowers, and then I take a permanent marker and just do some faux stitching around the images to help them pop a little bit. Next, I take a bolder marker and create these leaves on top of some of the scrap monoprints, and then I cut them out and apply them to my heart. Next, I take that bold side of the marker again and just create the faux stitching around the heart. Now you can write on the back of this and give it as a card, or you can also just add some holes to the top and feed a piece of string so Mom can hang it. Now for my next project, I wanted to create a silhouette out of a photo of my mom. And so here I'm tracing an image onto a piece of clear wet Media Dura-lar and a permanent marker. And then I take that image and I cut out all of the individual components. I made sure to keep them in order so that I knew what went where. And I'll take each individual template and cut out a piece of coordinating monoprint. Now the Dura-lar is a little hard to see, but I am using it as a template. I just put it on top of my monoprint and cut the same shape out of the monoprint. Once I have all of my pieces cut out, I take a piece of double-sided adhesive film and I start applying all of the individual pieces. Now, this sheet is very sticky, so you do have to be mindful of that and make sure that you don't get your hands kind of stuck all over the place. And I am using the coated scissors so that it doesn't kind of get all over my scissors, but it's pretty easy to apply and put all of the pieces into place. Now here I am adding some black cardstock. I was thinking it would be more of like a shadow and kind of help define the shape, but I ended up changing this at the last minute. Once my piece is cut out and all of the shapes are down, I decide to add some additional elements, and this is when you can really go crazy. I added these little tiny flowers, again using some of that adhesive film, and you can also add some lines to show the creases of the dress, whatever kind of detail you want to add. And then I added some shadow using a watercolor pen, and again just trying to add some more details. Now, once I was happy with it, I removed that other layer of the adhesive film and just placed it directly onto this board that I had painted. And that's where you can see that I ended up removing the black and just adding a darker shade of monoprint. And again, just added some more shadowing with that water brush, and I loved the way this came out. Now for my last project, I simply took one of my monoprints and cut out a shape using my Cricut Maker. Now I am reasonably new to this whole digital cutting machine, but I love this idea because you end up with a positive and negative shape, and so you can do two projects in one. I'll leave the step-by-step directions in the description below, as well as the image that I created for this project. Now once the image was cut, I removed it from the mat carefully. I did end up tearing a little piece, but it was okay. But you can see I have both the negative and the positive. And, I also had monoprints on both sides, so I can flip this any way I want and use it. And you can even use this as a stencil. Now for this project, I simply mounted the positive image onto a piece of book paper, and then I added some highlights with a marker and some rub-on letters, mounted it onto another monoprint, framed it, and now this is ready to give as a gift. Well, I hope that you enjoyed these 3 easy project ideas, and for more ideas, make sure you check out gelpress.com. Thanks for watching.